friends, welcome back to my channel. We are in my craft room tonight and the lighting is not perfect, but I think it's bright enough where you can see what's going on. Now what we're going to make tonight is a really cute little scarecrow treat that you can give somebody. Now I had taught elementary school for many years and we were never allowed to have Halloween parties, but we were allowed to have harvest parties, which we celebrated scarecrows and pumpkins and things like that. One year I decided to make my school secretaries this little scarecrow treat, and it's just really cute to give somebody this time of year. Now the supplies are, you do need quite a few little pieces to make the scarecrow, but it's not anything really expensive and most of it is readily available. Now what I'm going to do is, since the project is so simple, I'm just going to go over the supplies and then I'm just going to show you the finished little project, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. So the first thing you'll need is a fine tip permanent marker, a black marker. You will need some kind of sucker, full-size suckers. These are just some Tootsie Pops from the Dollar Tree. Now the original project called for a clear spoon, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. And I just took a piece of raffia and I cut it up into some little inch pieces. That's going to be my scarecrow hair. You will need a fun-size candy bar. Now to make the face of the scarecrow, that's the good thing about a scarecrow, is their faces are not perfect, but if you do need some kind of pattern, you can just go Google scarecrow face or pumpkin faces, and I was able to find this exact little thing and I printed it out and I even shrunk it down to where my faces were like an inch big. So, but I will put the link if you really do need this to use as a guide to do your face. And I'll explain more about that in just a minute. The bottom of the project, you will need some fabric or some cellophane and a little jute twine. And then I've mentioned before that I do not live near any craft stores. I mean, it takes me almost 45 minutes to get to the nearest Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and I just didn't feel like driving there. So I went on eBay, and for $8 I was able to get this package of little hats for $8. Now years ago these little hats were readily available. I've made a bunch of these little scarecrows before, but I just don't recall seeing them, which I haven't looked for them in a long time either. But what this is 2-inch straw hats, and you might find them easier than I can, but I just went ahead and bought this big pack off eBay, and that way I'll have extra. And I have made them with the 3-inch straw hats before, but 2-inch really fits the spoon the best. But if you use bigger spoons, then the 3-inch hat will be fine. The original project gave me some little faces like that if you wanted to. And what the purpose of the faces were that you could cut out a face and hold it to the back of the spoon and take your marker and trace the face, okay? Now, to me, with a scarecrow, a face, it's imperfect anyway, and so to me, it's super easy to draw a scarecrow face. So let me just show you what I did. Now, after you trace your scarecrow face, they want you to paint the inside of the spoon a peach color. And so what I did is I actually just painted my spoon peach first, and then I went over it with my marker, and I just did it by freehand. You can see that I just drew 2 triangles, a little button nose, and a little squiggly face. Here's another one. I just kind of looked at the little faces that I printed off and just kind of freehanded it. It'll all work out. Once you get him decorated with the little hat and everything, he will definitely look like a scarecrow. That is one way to get the little face on your spoon. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue everything together, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay friends, I got them finished, and I brought them down here to the kitchen just so you might can see them a little better. When you film at night you have to deal with shadows so bad, but I'm going to just get down here where you can actually see them. Now they just stand up is what they do. Now let me explain to you exactly what it is. I took my spoon after my face was drawn on there and painted, and I just took some Scotch tape and taped a sucker to the back of the spoon. Then I just hot glued the little raffia on the sides of the spoon, and then hot glued the hats onto the spoon. Now I didn't have any flowers small enough, so I just used some little paper punches and made some little flowers to go there. Now you might can come up with something different. And I took a tip of a knife and pierced the top of the candy bar just to pierce the wrapper so that I could stick the spoon down in the candy bar, and then just took the fabric Now, the original project called for cellophane, so if you don't want to use fabric, you don't have to. I just thought the fabric was kind of cute that I had it, and I tied it with jute rope. Now, either one will work. So, and just hot glued a little bow to his neck. So, I hope that inspires you in some way, just to show you that, you know, there's all different ways to do it, but this is certainly the basic idea of the project. So I hope you can find somebody to give these treats to. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.